Hello and welcome to the show where I take Britain's worst DIY bodgers and turn them into master craftsmen. Well, sort of. On today's show, I'll show you how the professionals paint walls and ceilings. I think we have it. Find out how to get your woodwork looking in tip-top condition. It'll make your doors and your woodwork look absolutely first class. And don't attempt to tile a wall until you've seen my guide to doing it properly. So let's meet today's DIYers.
My name's Caroline Creek, I'm 25 years old. I live in a 2-bedroom semi-detached house in Berkshire. I live here with my husband Wayne and my son Billy.
My name's Simon Smith, I'm from Harlow in Essex and I've lived here for 4 years.
My DIY skills are, I would pretty much say, non-existent.
I am rubbish, I am absolutely useless at DIY.
Right, in here, as you can see, I've already started to take off some of the wallpaper. Really hideous stuff, as you can see.
My wife doesn't trust me to do anything around the house, DIY. She would always rather get someone in that knows what they're doing.
One of the things that I'd really like to be able to do is get some hints and tips on how to replace these awful pink flowery tiles.
There's very few jobs I've done that I've been pleased with at the end. This is the worst room in the house for me. I will never attempt wallpapering again after this. As you can see, it's not my forte. Most of this is being held on by the border around the plug socket where I've just patched it up. It's absolutely awful and I will never hang wallpaper again.
So they're our DIYers. But before we get cracking on our first job, I just want to inspect their toolkits to try and gauge how expert they both are.
It used to be my father-in-law's. He gave it to us because it was a rubbishy old one.
That's an oil stone, hasn't seen any oil on it. So what do you use this for?
As little as possible.
Oh, right, well, hopefully we'll be able to show you how to use some of this stuff today. Let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Oh, lots of nice new toys. Hot air guns, you do a lot of decorating, do you?
Crack the glass with that because I'm a bit too close to it.
Oh yes, I bet it pleased the wife, didn't it?
Oh yes.
Hopefully today we're going to be doing decorating and tile hanging.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to impress your other halves with that?
I would think so if it's done in someone else's house.
Right, well let's get started. Well, your very first job is going to be painting walls and ceilings. Hence why I've got you dressed up in those lovely outfits. You're going to paint the walls in this fabulous colour here. This is going to be the ceiling colour. What we have here, this paint has been used before, but someone's been painting straight out the can, which causes problems. They should be decanted so that you don't get any foreign bodies or bits and pieces in here.
And the dry flaky bits.
Yeah, you see what's happened, the dry flaky stuff on here, some of that's come off probably and gone into the paint. Now, can I ask you, have you got any stockings or tights on today? Show us your leg.
Not on this occasion.
No, okay, well that's a problem. So I'll have to use one of my own. This is one I had in my pocket earlier. And what we're going to do, sort of get this to fit round here. You got that?
Yeah, got it.
Be careful, it's going to stretch this. You're holding it tight, don't let it spill down. See all the gear?
Yeah.
All the lumps. But pouring it through there, the fine filaments will catch all the bits and pieces and allow the good paint to go through. So you get that side. Yeah. And what we do, we can squeeze it a bit. That's that waste finished with. Right, first of all, we'll put some paint in the paint tray. Now, you've got to load the roller up well, so don't be frightened to get some paint on it. And just roll it out.
Why are you doing the ceiling first?
If you're going to spill or splash anything, it's not going to splash up, it's going to splash down. So you always start with the ceiling. Right, now you hold that. So what I want you to do is roll up the whole ceiling first.
Okay.
Okay? Right, take that. I'll put this over on the bench and it's over to you.
Thank you.
The tools you'll need for this job are paint trays, paint brushes, paint rollers, a damp cloth and a screwdriver. Let's see how Caroline and Simon get on. Most people just open up the can, give it a cursory spin round and slap it on the wall. And
that'll be me.
yeah, well, that's not the way to do it, you know. You've got to spend a bit of time, prepare properly. Right, if you bring the roller, just stick it onto the wall. I'll show you the delicate art of cutting in. Cutting in is basically a posh term for doing the edges, and it's worth taking time over them, as the better your edges, the better the end result will look. Squash the brush, and with a steady hand, you just run along there. Now, I'll be on hand, but I'm just going to stand over there out of range because I don't want to get covered in paint because I haven't got one of these spacesuits on. Well, there you are. I'll take that and I'll put this... While Simon gets on with that, Caroline is making good progress with the ceiling. I've given her an extension arm to use, which I reckon is much better than constantly going up and down ladders. Now, if you wondered what the screwdriver was for, it was for unscrewing any electrical fittings, not for taking the lid off a tin of paint. Have you taken this much care before?
No, usually I just sling it on and sort of hope that they designed a square roller so I could get into these corners.
So you're more of a Picasso style?
Yeah, I'm more of a...
We just call your
council
paintwork
style.
sort of contemporary, really, shall we?
Yeah. Most people call it rubbish.
Well, thankfully, I'm going to call it temporary. As I said, ordinarily you'd paint the ceiling first, but I want to keep both my little helpers busy. You should always keep a damp cloth handy and deal with any little accidents immediately before they dry. Very good. I think we have him. Let's just go over the main points. Strain old paint before using to remove foreign bodies. Use slow, broad brush strokes to prevent splashing. When cutting in, do not overload the brush. Loosen fixtures, allowing you to paint behind for clean lines. If you've ever had to fork out for a plasterer to repair or skim a wall, here's how you can do it yourself and save yourself some cash. First thing to do is chip off all the loose or crumbly plaster with a cold chisel until you've got a firm surface all round. Next, take a clean bucket and mix the undercoat plaster with cold water to the consistency of thick porridge. And be sure to use it as quickly as possible, within 15 to 30 minutes. Load some plaster onto a hawk, then apply to the wall using a plasterer's trowel, sweeping upwards and held at a 45-degree angle. Try not to press the trowel flat against the wall or the plaster will fall off. If you flatten the trowel only at the end of each stroke, your plaster should stick. While your undercoat is still wet, draw a length of wood across it with a slight zigzagging motion to remove any excess and leave flat. Leave your undercoat for a couple of hours, then mix the finishing plaster with water in a clean bucket until it resembles melting ice cream. Holding the trowel at a slight angle, spread the plaster on top of the undercoat using sweeping movements. Leave the plaster to stiffen for about 20 minutes. Then smooth the surface with a plasterer's trowel using wide backwards and forward sweeps, whilst continually dampening it until the surface is glassy and smooth. Now just leave it to dry and think of all that lovely money you've saved. Now this is the perfect example of a piece of wood that hasn't been properly prepared and it's all a bit rough to the feel. What you actually want to do is to sand it down so you get this lovely smooth feel. Okay, now what that does, that allows, when you actually paint it and you put the undercoat and the top coat on, it'll adhere to this perfectly. Now new wood's fine for using full gloss, but if you've got an older property and your woodwork's a bit worn, then once you put full gloss on it, it will show up any little marks on it, any indentations. So to get around that, I suggest you use eggshell, which is a sort of flat finish with a very subtle sheen on it. It'll make your doors and your woodwork look absolutely first class. So for more of Tommy's top tips, come back after the break. On today's show, I've been teaching DIYers Caroline and Simon how to paint a room.
Usually I just sling it on.
They did that quite well, but no paint job is complete without taking care of your brushes. So here's how. with any water-based paint, they're very easy to clean. Bit of washing up liquid, and then work that through the stock of the brush. Look at that. Make sure no more paint comes out. Dry it off. Now, the one where everybody falls down is an oil-based paint, either a gloss or an undercoat, because that goes off fairly quickly on the brush. And what you have to do with that is to get some white spirit. Now this is an old mug, so you want some old vessel. Take the brush, put it into the liquid, working it round and round, and then you can see the paint disappear off the brush. See? Then we go back to the sink, bit of washing up liquid, again work it into the brush, give it a rinse off, take a little bit of conditioner, and it actually says for all hair types, you see. Particularly important that is with brushes that you've been using on an oil-based paint. They do tend to, when they dry, go hard. So by sticking a bit of conditioner on it, it helps keep the hair nice and supple. The shake out. Now that may seem like a lot of fuss, you know, just to look after a brush. And why do we do it? Because we're worth it. Right now guys, your final task. So any prizes for guessing what it's going to be?
Colouring in.
Wrong.
I'm going to go with the tiling.
Right, very good. How perceptive. Come this way and I'll show you your task in hand. It's going to be this shower bay here, and you're going to do that wall, okay? Alright. When you start off, we're picking up from this line. So you bring this level line through, mark the wall, okay? And then you fix a batten. Because you always start with the full tile. If you have a look at this panel here, if you have a look at the top, that's a cut, and the bottom's a cut, and they're almost equal. This is only temporary, because once you've done all the rest of the wall, then that comes off, and then you put in the bottom pieces. Now, the first thing you do, take it out with the square edge, which is the back of that, and then put it on, just squeeze it on. It doesn't want to be thick, and you only want to do enough to do, just say, approximately 2 courses at one time. The important thing is to make sure you get the coverage. And then using the serrated edge, okay, I'm going to run across from there to there, and run across. And the first one on here, sit it on the batten. The next one goes on there. Have you ever done this tiling before?
Never.
How about you, Karen?
Never.
No?
No.
Oh, well, this should be interesting then today. The cuts. We're going to measure. Right, now the space is 145 mil. We'll measure at the top and the bottom just to make sure it's equal. 145 mil. So I think we'll allow 6 mil, 3 mil gap either side. Okay?
139.
139 mil. I'll come out here and I'll show you how to do the cut. Pay attention because we've got a good tile cutter. And we said we were going to make this 139 mil, didn't we? Now you do it top and bottom, like that, because you want to align it with the wheel and slide this in there. And then you get the wheel, not too hard, push it down and go from the back to the front. Right, and once it comes off the end, you just press on this lever, okay, and you've got the perfect cut. I mean, look, the position of the blue marks. There you go. Now that should fit perfectly, and it does. Put it in, up and down a bit. Now, there used to be tiles that had what they call little nibs on them. When they used to manufacture the tiles, they'd have a little nib on them, and that would give you a spacer. But then some people will like their joints wider than others. I suppose for manufacturing purposes, they stop doing it. And you can buy these plastic spacers now, which are available. But I prefer to use the old spaghetti. All you do is just break it, and then one in there.
Basically, what you're doing is when the weight of the tile starts pushing down, they can't fall any further than the width of that spaghetti.
That's it. Okay. Now, I've got to go and do some other stuff, so you're going to have to manage without me. So remember everything I told you, and I'm going to wish you good luck. There's some more spaghetti on the windowsill over there.
After you.
I've got something else to do.
Nice.
The tools for this job are tile adhesive, a serrated spreader, some spacers, and a tile cutter. And I'm going to see how they get on using a special little gadget of my own. They think I've gone off somewhere else, but actually I'm going to watch every single move they make on the monitor here.
I know he said this was supposed to be easy. I certainly made it look easy, didn't I? Thank God he's not here to laugh at me.
Oh, that's it, you've got it.
Oh dear. It looks like they're being a bit stingy with that adhesive. Hope the tiles will stick. They should really move it into position. Up and push it up and then bring it up and down. Oh, that's better. That's a little bit.
Oh no, now we've got that difficult bit.
Oh, then we've got the cut.
Time for them to attempt the first cut. Unfortunately, it's one of the thicker pattern tiles. Let's see how they cope.
It's all 3 marks.
Does it look right? God, we've got to go through that patterny bit.
He's checked it now. He's moving in for the cut.
Sleeping policeman on top.
Oh.
Put it to the edge, yeah.
Hey!
Nearly.
Right, get another one of them, hide that. Start again. Hey, another one. Right, hide that one as well. See, this isn't right.
That one down.
Here's one we ruined earlier.
I'm going to cut a plain one. Oh, this should be interesting.
Pattern tiles.
It's pattern tiles.
But put it on anyway, because he'd probably want to take that one down, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
And show us how to cut it.
Put the plain one in.
Yeah, it should tuck in there once we pushed it down.
Should.
I can't believe he's really going to leave that in there. They're obviously hoping I don't notice that one. Oh well, let's let them get on with it. Well, I give you another top DIY tip. In very cold weather, your pipes can freeze, burst, then leak when it thaws. But before you call out the emergency plumber, why not try repairing it yourself? The first method is to use a slip coupling to make the repair. Turn off your water at the stopcock, then cut out the damaged part of the pipe with a hacksaw. Next, slide the slip end of the coupling onto one end of the pipe, then push it onto the other. Unscrew the compression joints at both ends and slide them and the joint called an olive along the pipe. Wind some plumber's PTFE tape around the joint, then refit the nuts and tighten with a spanner. And that's the repair done. Another temporary repair you can do is to cut a length of hose to cover the split. Split the hose down its length with a craft knife, then wrap it around the pipe and secure it with 3 or more hose clips. And there you go. It's only temporary, but it'll hold plenty long enough for you to avoid forking out emergency call-out fees. Let's catch up with Caroline and Simon and see how they're getting on. What's he doing now?
I just turned the shower on. Turn the shower on and stuff. My excuse is this was going off, this bucket, right? There's a diesel was going off. And I had to put some water in it just to sort of soften it up.
Right, okay.
Why I was still under the shower is because I'm getting hot. Oh.
How are you doing with that grouting?
No, everyone's going to see this and laugh now.
Oh no!
You had tile stress?
Yes!
Oh, you
I think we should go in and pass judgment on this masterpiece.
I just think we ought to get a cloth and clean some of this off a bit.
No.
No?
No, let him see our suffering. Let him feel our pain.
My goodness.
And then we...
Have you had a few problems then?
Yeah, we
Little
couldn't cut
ones.
pattern tiles.
Well, I know you couldn't cut that. How do I know that?
Because we've put plain ones in there.
No, because I've been watching every single thing you've been doing. On the monitor just next door. Yes. And how many tiles have you broken?
We only broke 2 of those before we thought you've diddled us.
He's watching on the monitor, we've broken 5 tiles.
Now, oh, and what about, I mean, look at the thickness of the bed here. What happened here? I mean, what were you doing with the trowel? Now listen, how could you possibly think that you're going to get away with putting a plain tile in there with that fancy border?
Never buy pattern tiles.
Well, what can I say, really?
You're underwhelmed, aren't you?
Yes, I'm underwhelmed, yeah.
Never have too great an expectations. You know, the lower your expectations, the more likely you are to be surprised.
Well, I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to just work out in my head how I'm going to straighten this up. So while I'm waiting and thinking, why don't we just go and have a quick recap on how this should be done? Use a batten to support your first row of full tiles. Apply enough adhesive for 2 rows of tiles at a time. Always measure your tiles, allowing room for the spacers. Remember to place your spacers before the adhesive dries. So that's how it should be done. Oh, now I suppose I'd better go and sort that mess out. I want to try and show you how you should have cut this pattern tile. I can't believe that you ever thought you'd get away with it. I mean, so you go up and down it a few times. See? So you just have to be a bit patient, run the wheel up and down a couple of times. A little snappy bit of pressure rather than forcing it, and bingo.
Perfect fit.
Right. We'll just scrape off the excess. There you go.
We had quite a bit of excess.
You've got quite a bit of excess, yeah. Well, not too bad. I've got to say, the first attempts, I've seen worse, although...
Not much.
Yeah, well, I can't remember where. No, but I've seen, but you've been game for a laugh, and so it's been good fun. Have you learnt much?
Yeah,
Right. You had a good fun there today?
Yeah, it was great.
great fun.
Well, thanks very much. It's been great sports. They've been great fun. We've learnt a bit. We've laughed a lot. Join us again soon for some more DIY.
I may paint a wall if I could get an adult to come in and supervise the cutting in.
I've got my bathroom to redecorate soon, so fingers crossed I don't do it better than this.
After a day at the academy, I feel ready to set up my own business and go out and do everybody's bathrooms for sure, definitely. I'm ready for that now. I'll probably start on Monday.
It's been hard work, but it's been really good fun, and I'm really pleased.